All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 between Saladin and TSL.aLive for the semifinals of the Mapmaker tournament. It looks like we've got Atlantis Spaceship as the map here, and Saladin will be the Protoss at the top left-hand corner, or excuse me, the top. And down at the bottom, we've got TSL.aLive.
And I love this map! I'm actually physically in love with it. I want it to marry me, and we need to run away and elope, because this map is just fantastic on a lot of levels. We'll go ahead and, like I said, do the very quick version of this. This is a 2-player map where you spawn over at the 1 o'clock and the 8 o'clock positions. There's 2 Xel'Naga towers on the map protecting a very long walk path, so it'll lead to very macro games. But if you decide to take an even longer walk path, you can go around the south, the bottom right-hand corner, about the 430 position, and actually avoid detection altogether. There's space up at the top for some airplay, but it can be watched by just one overlord or the control of the Xel'Naga tower over at the north. On top of that, your 4th base, if you decide to take that one, is a normal 8 mineral patches and 2 original Vespian geysers, but there's also a rich Vespian geyser, a 3rd one, which I think could lead to some pretty cool builds. No gold expansions, just a rich Vespian geyser there.
Yeah, and just going off of the map a little bit, I know we have our disagreements as to our favorite map, and which we very well should. I actually prefer Sandstorm Mist. I think that's a great map. I've seen some pretty epic games on that one. But,
yeah.
But Atlantis Spaceship isn't bad. I agree with you. It's a nice map. Have we seen any players, though, use that rich Vespian geyser? Because I haven't seen anybody use it yet.
I'm not sure yet, no, because I don't know if a lot of people are aware of its existence
yet.
It's not like we advertise the specific qualities of the map, but I think that's something that people will start to figure out. But
one day one of the players will expand there in the really late game, and then they're just going to find that by exploration, and they're going to be like, oh my god, this is the greatest discovery ever!
I could pull like 6 probes off of other castles and just put 3 here, my minerals go up, and I'm so happy. Yeah.
One of those SCVs will be forever named, or probe or drone, whatever it is. Once it discovers it, it will be forever given the nickname the 49er.
Christopher Columbus.
No, the 49er, man. It just struck gold.
Amerigo Vespucci!
Vespucci as in Vespine?
No, Amerigo Vespucci, as in what United States, or the Americas are named after. The explorer.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sure
my American
I can already
history
read chat, but
my American
my history degree coming back
is not on point.
So, there you go.
I will say my world history is a little bit better though.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
Okay, all right, I'll buy it.
There's the SCV stealing 5 minerals, so it's already started the fight off a little bit with some thievery and backhandedness.
Getting away with his little prize there.
It looks like he wants to give it back.
He's gonna gloat. No, he's gonna come in and just look at the or burying it over on the right-hand side.
That's interesting.
A nice little play. He has a lot of opportunities there. It's a lot harder for a Terran to proxy structure, but this is going to be a nice delayed scout.
Well, I really like what ALive is doing here, because once again we see how he's utilizing the map to his advantage. He realizes, hey, this is a new map for all of us. I'm going to exploit it by hiding at SCV shooting range? What's going on?
Did he just
killed his own Marine.
What in God's name did we just watch? This is a Code S player. He just clicked his home Marine.
Yeah, he really did. What he did was patrol. I think he tried to patrol his Marines in front of his door, and he accidentally clicked his own Marine. So that was terrible.
Wow.
But back to what I was saying, he is hiding the SCV at the top corner, which I don't think Saladin is really going to find, because this map is so new to everyone. And yeah, he will get the delayed scout in very easily.
And Saladin decided to take the path around the Xel'Naga tower there, so that the Stalker actually wouldn't be detected. A very smart play, and ALive is going to deal a little bit of shield damage. Possibility the probe can make its way through.
No, it's going down.
Oh, it dies.
Yep.
But, yeah.
I can't believe he killed his own Marine, man. That was some serious fail right there. I don't think it qualifies for star crap, but it's pretty crappy to do that.
It was pretty interesting. It was pretty funny.
And he just didn't like that Marine.
I guess that's the only fathomable reason I could think of.
That does not compute through my brain why you would kill your own initial Marine.
2-gate robo up for Saladin, and looks like Warp Gate Technology is actually going to finish up at about the 6.5 minute mark. So early, he expended 1 or 2 chrono boosts on that. And TSL.aLive, on the other hand, pretty predictable. 3 racks after an early 1 rack FE.
He could have had an even number of Marines right here. He could have had a squad of 8, but no, he's diminished to 7 right now. It's terrible. So demoralizing.
It's probably going to knock him out of the game.
Probably. I mean, that's a costly mistake of epic proportions.
was so funny to watch.
Yeah, well, Saladin here
trolling us for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. Saladin here is actually going to go for what seems to be the same build actually the last game. He got the quick robotics facility. He did get the Nexus down. Last game he was forced to cancel it because of the 2 barracks play. This game he's going to get it off, and he has the robotics. So I would imagine this time around he's got a much better shot at actually playing a game out on even terms rather than the last one, which he just kind of, like I said before, was a snowball effect, and he found himself buried under the pile at the end of the day.
And there's a pretty decent army coming up now for IPL. It's starting to go into a little bit later. Medevacs, there's finally the factory.
Yep.
But he decided to get all those upgrades in place, make sure that he had a great bio-infrastructure to take any sort of early pressure. So what has he scouted out of his opponent? Okay, he saw the 2-gate robo right away, so he knew that there was the potential for a little bit of pressure to be put on. And he is actually not directly aware of the expansion quite yet. So I'm curious how the rest of this plays out.
Maybe he's just going off the assumption from the last game about the same exact build, and he's going to go ahead and safely assume that there is a Nexus coming up. Plus, it's a big map.
Yeah.
A lot of walk distance between the 2 players. So I think IPL here can safely assume that Saladin is going to go ahead and get that Nexus down, and we're going to have a 2-base versus 2-base affair, at least for now. Although there is a probe or something in the bottom of the natural.
It's just
an observer. That almost went down. Oh, the
good
awareness
by IPL at least.
Yeah, but that's like 270 minerals that just went down the drain because that comsat was essentially wasted, which could have been a mule.
Yes, certainly. And he's going to make his way out. His starport's only now coming up, so this is going to be an attack that's
awkward
timed, and it looks like Concussive Shell is going to about finish up by the time he makes his way over. But he's actually going to encounter the army in the middle.
Great pullback right there, though. Only losing a Marauder and a Marine to those 3 force fields, which I don't think is really worth it, because Saladin's really going to need all the force fields he can get if he's really trying to be aggressive right here at the front of the Terran base.
And he is going to start pushing his way, posturing out to the middle of the map. That observer has come back for another go. We'll see if it gets picked up again this time. IPL does have 3 bunkers going down. And with those 3 bunkers, I think he'll be able to remain safe against this attack. Wow! Pre-pulling a lot of SCVs, though. IPL really doesn't want to die to this.
Yeah, I mean, this is just safety first, although his SCVs are a little bit in front of themselves. He's got to make sure that they're around the bunker and not all the way out in no man's land. It looks like the factory going to get a full scout off on the army composition, and it probably will not go down because he might stick an SCV to repair that. He's got some Marauders on the top here. I love this. He's actually doing a little bit of burst damage to those Immortals down below, but the observer comes in and it will scout the high ground.
One Immortal went down, though.
Yeah,
that's actually going to make his bunker busting possibilities quite a bit slimmer. So Saladin's continuing to reinforce with as many units as he's got. Taking a look.
Is this just all in from Saladin?
4-gate robo. 4-gate robo. No, 4-gate robo on 2 base. That's fine. He has cut worker production, though.
I almost feel like it is because he's just warping and everything.
Wow, he's way
not,
down in workers.
Yeah, he's not producing workers. I feel like it's just an all-in.
The
and he's going
canceled.
in. Why did he cancel the bunkers? That was terrible decision-making from IPL, and now the Force Field's going to cut his army in half. The Marines and the Marauders in the front taking some serious damage. Yeah, the Zealots are out of position. I think, though, Saladin just came out of there with a lot of kills.
No, he came out pretty far ahead, but he has not done any economic damage quite yet, although he might, as here comes wave number 2 out of IPL.
Oh, that was terrible.
Force Field's cutting off a lot more things, but still, those Zealots just were not able to get in there and start tanking the damage, so relatively valuable units are actually going to get picked off here. And Saladin, he doesn't have a lot of sentries remaining. In fact, they all go down to these range units without Guardian Shield to stop him. We're actually going to start doing a ton of damage.
I think he is going to take a ton of damage here, but he killed a lot of SCVs, so the economy should be pretty even right now. If we pull up that income tab,
now you know
33.
IPL is still up in workers, and he's got double mules down, so he's still actually significantly farther ahead in economy, as you can see reflected there. And Saladin loses yet another Immortal, down to 39 supply, and IPL has that just sitting in units that are running up to the front. So I think that IPL is actually in a great place. And he's going to go ahead and counter push right now. There's only 2 sentries and 2 zealots up. That's it. That's the entire army.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't kill nearly as much SCVs as I thought he did. And IPL is going to pretty much have a bigger army. And really, that's a 30 supply differential, but most of it being reflected in those medevacs and marauders and marines. So right now, IPL is he's sitting pretty good. I think he can definitely make a push at the front here, do a lot of damage. He could just straight up take it 2-0 right now in this series, and I don't know what Saladin can do. He's desperately warping in units, and he was definitely doing an all-in. As you guys can see, he really didn't probe up at all. He's going for the all-out front door bust and was not successful, and now his Nexus is totally left exposed and bared to the front of those Marauders and Marines, and we'll see if Alive goes ahead and takes it down.
Yeah, and it looks like Live is with the vision, these medevacs as well. These are not all going to get sniped. Saladin already pulling a bunch of probes, and he's going to start to make his way down the ramp. He's already lost quite a few workers. There's the stim from Alive. He's got quite a few medevacs, so these units are going to get healed up very, very quickly. There's only a handful of units out here for Saladin. The last remaining force fields go down, but that's not going to be enough. All of these units are dying. Saladin GG's, and TSL.aLive has advanced to the finals.